Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you that how you can initiate an outbound call from ElevenLabs using n8n. So we will go through the complete workflow step by step, starting from configuring the HTTP request node, setting up the JSON body and passing the dynamic variables like customer name, city and address. And by the end of this video, you will be able to trigger AI phone calls directly from your n8n workflow using the ElevenLabs API, no matter whether your data is coming from Airtable, Go High Level, or any other source like Google Sheets. You can use the same approach to automate outbound calling campaigns. So without wasting any time, let's jump into n8n. So let's set up the HTTP request node first. So I will search for HTTP node. And here after adding the HTTP node, go to the ElevenLabs API documentation. And in the ElevenLabs documentation, go to the API reference section. And here you will see the two options, SIP trunk and Twilio. If you are using Twilio as your telephony provider, then you will go to the Twilio section. And if you're using another telephony providers like Asteric, Telnix, or any other SIP provider, you will go to the SIP trunk section. The good thing is that the procedure is same for both. The only difference is the API endpoint, while the request body remains nearly the same. Since I'm using Twilio in this tutorial, so I will open the Twilio documentation. So I will go to the outbound call via Twilio. And here you will see the CURL, the curl command for initiating an outbound call. And if you are not sending any kind of dynamic information like name, city, or address, then you will simply copy this curl command and paste it here in import CURL. So when you will paste this curl command, you will click on import, and this will be imported in HTTP node. However, if you want your agent to know the information about the person before the call starts, such as their name, address, city, or any other detail, then you have to customize this JSON slightly. So here are the parameters like agent ID, agent phone number ID, and to number. So other than these, I will add the conversation initiation client data. After adding this, I will search for dynamic variables. So these are the variables you can add. So for example, I am adding the first as name, and for instance, I am adding it here as an, and then I am adding city as New York, and then I am adding address. Just like this, you can add more if you want. So now you will see the curl command has been slightly changed. So now I will copy this and then I will go to HTTP request node and then I will paste it here and click on import. So after importing the curl command in HTTP node, you will need to configure some things in the HTTP node. The first thing you have to do is turn on the headers and then you have to add the API key of ElevenLabs here. So I'm giving it a name XI API key. And then for adding the API key, go to the ElevenLabs and then search for developer section. And scroll down and go to the developer section. And here you have to go to API keys and click on create key. Then give the API key a name like n8n2. And then from here, you can adjust the access or the limits to the API key. So I am turning off this option, the string key. And then I am clicking on create key. So my new API key is created and I will just copy this and paste it here in n8n. So after this, you have to provide the agent ID and agent phone number ID. So what is this for? Because there are multiple agents and the numbers in the ElevenLabs, so you have to tell the n8n that which agent you want to choose and which phone number you are using for that agent. So you will go to ElevenLabs and for example, I am choosing this agent. And here you will get the agent ID. So I will copy this agent ID and paste it here. and paste it here. And after that, you have to provide the agent phone number ID. So for getting the phone number ID, click on back to workspace and then go to phone numbers. And here you will see the number you have assigned to your agent. For example, I have assigned this number to my buyer's agent. So I will go to this agent. And then here is the phone number ID. The same way I will copy this phone number ID and paste it here. So now I have pasted my agent ID and agent phone number ID, and now my n8n knows that which agent he has to use in ElevenLabs and which phone number is assigned to this agent. And after that, you have to provide the number. This is the number of the person you are calling to. So for example, I am adding this number. And in the same way, you can add these variables dynamically. For example, if these variables are coming from previous Google Sheets, so first of all, let me add the Google Sheet node. And you have to add the get rows in Sheets. And I'm choosing my buyer sheet. And I will execute this. So for example, if your name, phone, and address and city is coming from previous Google Sheets, you want to call, and you can just replace them with Google Sheet variables. Like I will paste this here. And then in the same way, I will add the city and then the address. So now your HTTP node is fully ready to call a person. So that's how you can initiate an outbound call from ElevenLabs using an n8n HTTP request node. All you need is your ElevenLabs API, your agent ID, your agent phone number ID, and the cracked JSON. And if you want to personalize your calls, you can also pass dynamic variables like the customer's name, address, or any other information directly from your Google Sheet. And this will pass your information to your AI agent. And I hope this tutorial helped you, and thanks for watching the video.